Hello everyone, Venus Rose here with another pick a card reading. Today is January 31st, 2023. And we are moving into February already, can you believe that? And as you may or may not know, we are in the Chinese New Year. In fact, it occurred on the 22nd, according to our Gregorian calendar. And it is ruled by the rabbit. The year of the rabbit. So I was meditating on these three animals and I had some interesting messages come through. So I'm going to say this. Although you may be drawn to one, you may be drawn to all. Okay? Everything is connected. There is a message in each of these cards for each of you. There may be a message in every card for each of you, because everything is connected. And some of the collective messages that were coming through during this meditation was, we're looking at two animals, the eagle and the raven, who are both animals of flight. Okay? Then we're looking at the hare, an animal without flight, but yet is very fast on the ground. Also lives under the ground. Okay? To the eagle, the hare may actually be prey. And the raven may just be standing by watching, knowing everything that's about to happen before it actually does. The eagle goes for the hare escapes the eagle, the hare goes into its burrow underground, and the raven is watching all of it. A few things came through. The raven being a symbol of the underworld, being a symbol of the subconscious mind. And we're moving into the sign of Pisces as well. I mean, in February, we're looking at both Aquarius and Pisces for our dominant sun signs here in the Western Hemisphere. And both of those are very conscious and subconscious, let's say, realms of thought. Pisces being the deep emotional subconscious layer, the depths of Neptune that are never seen. It's always a mystery. And Aquarius is the master air sign, the master of thought. The raven could represent the subconscious mind. The eagle can represent the conscious mind or the dayside ego. And the hare can represent the bridging of both of those realms and grounding them into the earth. In order to go for something, in order to ground yourself for your goals and attaining them, you have to integrate both dark and light. You have to integrate the ego and the subconscious. You have to integrate night and day. The deep hidden background, the deep hidden backstage of our minds and ourselves, with the foreground, front stage of our dayside personalities, represented by the eagle. The hare, the year of the rabbit, can represent, again, the needing to bridge those two and grounding them into the earth. Opportunities are quick to miss if you do not act. If you do not, let's say, bridge the gap, the hare is quick. Who's faster? Missed opportunities afoot. I'll leave that there. Okay, moving on to the pick a card reading here now. We have number 1 by the raven, number 2 by the hare, and number 3 by the eagle. I encourage you to take a moment, take a nice clearing breath. ahead and go with the first one that comes to mind. Okay? All right, let's start with the raven. What does the raven have to say to us at this time? The golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. Okay. So, with the raven representing that, again, that underworld feel, there is a need to go deep within. And the raven is that messenger. It's like a heads up from the netherworld. Like we are always here with you. We have the messages, the information that you need. If you only listen and take a time to time out and listen from the inside out, will you hone in on these rare gifts? Trust. So, some of you are having a hard time listening to your intuition, okay? And it is the most trustworthy part of you that you actually can listen to. There is opportunity in trusting in what is, trusting in that inner voice, the one that guides you. Sometimes you simply just have to let be in order to receive, in order to move forward. There are perhaps things that you have forgotten from your childhood that were actually your strongest gifts. Maybe you had the capability of sensing things before they happened. Maybe you had inclinations about people before they did something wrong. Or whatever it could be. Maybe you saw things that you couldn't explain. You're being asked to return to this phase of your life. Maybe hone in on those abilities. There is information there. There are keys. I'm drawn to the gateway here. The idea is not to fear these capabilities, okay? Hone them. Sharpen them like a blade. Because as you begin to integrate them, you will begin to surrender and allow things to unfold. Quiet your fears. Go within, comfort the child, and listen to what the child has to teach. We have a lot to learn from our younger selves. We knew a lot more. These gifts, when harnessed, will appeal to application in the real world. And sometimes we just need to reconnect to feel safe again. To reconnect with a time in which we were comforted, we were safe, we were ignorant of today's world and problems. When we can just trust in the fact that playtime is all the time. And that is something to be celebrated. So whatever it is, your inner child is asking you to trust. Trust the messages that are coming in, the inclinations that you're getting. There are messages that have been being spoken to you, and you are not quite listening. Listen as if you were a child, void of any conditioning on this planet, as if you were just beginning to learn what it was like to be human. You have so much to learn yet, and you have so much untapped potential that can be used at this time. You need only to tap into it. All right, close that there. Moving on now to the hair. What messages does the hair have for us? Loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. Okay. And underworld, look at that. Oh yeah, something about integrating that underworld, that raven message. So again, these messages are connected, you guys. So it's good that you watch these all. So the hair is running wild, okay? If you continue to allow what is out of control, what is controlling you, to continue to run wild, if you continue to permit that to happen, then you're not living grounded, are you? There is something about what's deep in the subconscious, deep in your emotional woundedness, that creates these patterns. And you just keep kind of ignoring them. And these are great capabilities. Like, again, like going back to the raven was talking about going into your inner child and trusting in what is, trusting in what God or the universe or your ancestors or your spirits working with you, what they're trying to tell you, what that voice, your inner voice, is trying to tell you. Get to the source of it. When you return to the source, you're able to nourish it, recognize what it is, and then it's easier to maintain your habits, these uncontrollable cycles, addictions, blockages. What binds you can free you. Instead of running from the source, running from the issue, you're being asked to return to the wounding, return to the trauma. There are messages, there are resolutions, there is resolve within the root of these traumas, of this wounding. Allow yourself to be guided by that inner voice, that inner light. Because within you there is a desire to live in alignment. There is a desire to break your cycles, to break the habits, to start anew. You know you are capable of doing so. You know this doesn't need to bind you any longer. You need only reflect within and surrender to what is keeping you bound. You're not going to have it all figured out all the time. At times you're not going to know what to do, and that's why you're being encouraged to return to the source of these traumas, this wounding. You will find your way through the pain. Whatever you know is unhealthy for you, you have a firm understanding of how to eliminate it and change it. You need only to take the first step, and you won't have to run any longer. Okay? And going to the eagle now. Had 2 cards come out from that deck. Okay, we have called Soul Gifts and Training. It's time to step up. All right, here we go. Get creative and dare to dream. Okay, so within all 3 of these pick a card readings today, it's been all about harnessing those abilities that we have within, okay, and allowing ourselves to be guided by the fine-tuned voice within, okay? The eagle goes for the hunt, okay? The eagle goes for the hare, all right? The hare will be a missed opportunity if the hare doesn't address what it's running from, okay? It's what's within, it's what's in the shadows and the darkness that keeps the hare out of the eagle's sight. Okay? To address the underworld is to listen to the messages that our inner voice is telling us to listen to, or our guides, our ancestors, whoever's working with us. Return to the source of the wounding. Return to that inner child, that innocence, to get back in tune with who you really are, who you were when you first came into this physical world. Trust in this way. Trust the inner child. The inner child will never lie to you. They can't. They're transparent. And when you simply just allow yourself to return to that space, you will no longer need to cover up or run from your wounding, from your trauma. And when you finally get a grip on that, when you're able to integrate them, soul gifts and training, dare to dream, get creative. The eagle goes for the opportunity. The eagle takes the helm. The eagle gets the hare. Okay? We've got a bird claw here on Dare to Dream going for the gem, right? The gem, the crystal, the inner light. You are the crystal, you are the light. The butterfly here and get creative, the wings. Again, it's all flight. It's all thought. It's liberation. The eagle gets the hare. Those inner capabilities, those abilities that your inner child is very familiar with. You're being called to step up. It's time to integrate it all. Integrate the night side with the day side. There is hidden talent there. You have goals to achieve. This is a very momentous period of time where everything is very quick. Everything manifests very quickly. So even when you do the work and you start to get things organized, the manifestations begin to happen very rapidly this year. This is the year of the rabbit, the year of the hare. You're being asked to to take a risk, take a leap. Listen to the inner voice that's calling you. What are you being called to do? What gifts do you have to share with the rest of the world? What ideas do you have? Is it for a business? Is it for getting your health in order? balancing everything that you do, because it can come a lot easier now. We've gotten through a lot of the thick density of what is. And whatever else is lingering, you're being invited to get creative, dream into that space, nourish it, and then go for the opportunity that it brings you. Because there is opportunity in all three of these cards. And the Eagle pile is confirming exactly what the other two piles have been relaying. This is a leveling up. This is a shift in overall vibration. And you're being asked to take a risk. You're being asked to go for the opportunity. So do what you need to do. Get what you need in order. And whatever seems to be holding you back is coming up to be addressed. You have the opportunity at this time to integrate the shadow side with the day side. The back of the mind that where everything is harbored, and to integrate it into your day side consciousness and conquer it, balance it, harmonize it. This is what you're here to do. This is a part of your training. This is your gift. And as you learn, you create a ripple effect for the rest of us. As you create a ripple effect for the rest of us. As you dream to manifest and go for the kill, you manifest for the rest of us. All right, guys, I'm going to leave that there. It's a little rough on the messages coming through tonight. So a little rocky as it was, I'm going to leave it there. I will see you all next time.